Hello friends, welcome to SpiceyCatColors, new and seasoned friends. Sorry, I was adjusting. I am here a little late, but not as late as January. This is my completed pages for the month of January. Seasoned friends, hopefully this will not be a typically long chatty Cathy video. No guarantees. New friends, I do tend to talk, so put me on double speed, mute me, whatever you need to do if you just want to see the pages. I say it should be short because I did 39 pages. Now, for some people, that's a lot. For me, that's not much. I think it's the least I've done. I did more than that every month in 2022. So 2023, starting out a little slower, a little quieter, and that's okay. So let's jump right in to the stats. I always do, well, I have always done, I could always change it. I'll do a quick little overview of my journals, and then I do colored by number, and then I do non-colored by number. So that's what you will see. And when I do buddy colors, I will pop up a picture of my buddy's page, as well as like their Instagram name should be on that slide too. So that way I don't have to remember to say them all. And I do have Valentine's nails set up thanks to my lovely friend. Well, I purchased them, but from the beautiful Emily, I get my nail strips from her. So in the journal, I didn't even get 2 full pages. So I am up to 39. I need to figure out a way to track this. I guess I could just add it in here on one of my columns so that throughout the whole year of 2023, I'm not having to do math. So my 963 here total just means that since I started the book. So I just realized I need to figure that one out. So I will get there. So I actually did a lot more color by number than I did non-color by number. So if you watched my 2023 journal setups, you'll have already seen this. And I'm just going to show you how I ended up doing it. Sorry if you see stuff that doesn't normally belong, like a cat toy or an Aleve bottle tucking in. This is my desk. It is full. So here is what I had set up for my 10 books to finish. And I colored in those pages. So I didn't do some of all of them. Actually, there's 3. I didn't do a Belba or any of the camellias, but otherwise I got boxes checked. One of the exciting things for me is I am trying to track and at least touch 100 books that have not been colored in. So they could be new books I get or old ones from my collection, but I'm really trying to focus on having at least a page colored in all of my books. So that was that. As far as my numbers, I did 39 pages, 29 were color by number, 10 were non-color by number. If my voice is changing, it's because I have Zoe climbing up on the shelf here to be held. I worked in 21 books. I didn't do any PDFs. I did 11 buddy colors. I acquired 15 new books. And there were 14 books that I newly touched, and I used 15 supplies up. And I kind of jumped ahead into January. Oh, here's my nails. That was my January nails. Here are my new February nails. I just used the marker I had out kind of for my highlighting and just color. I was like, yeah, I'm not coloring this whole thing. Didn't excite me. Just added a little bit of color. So this is something new that I was like, oh, I think this would be fun. And I had mentioned it in my plans video. I take a picture of every page I color during the month, just kind of as a tracking method. I don't necessarily post them all to Instagram, but then I will use them if I go do a review on Amazon. And I thought, I have all of those. I'm just going to print them out like as little thumbnails. And that's what I did. So this is a sneak peek snapshot of all of the pages I colored for the month. And then for my 2 hashtags, I thought, well, I also want to do this because I want to, while I love Instagram and it's certainly easy to like search for a hashtag and view everything, I'm also a traditional, like to feel it in my hand, which is kind of odd because I've pretty much switched to fully audiobooks as far as reading. But for this, for like memories, it's kind of like a scrapbook for me. So I added some scrapbook paper here on the background to cover up what the pages were originally set up for. And I printed out a copy of the page I colored. So this was my January Spicy Cat Buddies prompt, which was for New Year was the prompt. This was the page I'd chosen. And then I copied off of Instagram everyone that used the tag and shared it with me via email or on the tag. So this is my New Year friends. And then with my Spicy Cat Disney tag, I am randomly picking a movie using my spinner, which you saw in my February plans. If you have not watched that, then you can check that out. And I also posted it on Instagram, what the movie is. But in January, I chose the movie Brave, and I put the 2 pages I was able to color up here on top, and then a nice, beautiful snapshot of everyone that participated, which you guys are amazing. I absolutely love. Hold on, I gotta set Zoe down because otherwise she's gonna jump up on us. Okay, I love that several of us did the same. Well, one of these, this was a buddy color with my friend Susie, but then somebody else did the same page I did. Anyway, some of these I had not seen. I don't know what books they're from, but amazing, amazing. Then into January, this was kind of, I decided to leave it because I did my Crafty vacation at the beginning of the month, and there is also a vlog on that. So I just jotted down this week I was on vacation, and then I jotted how many pages I'd colored, and then the day I worked on my journals. So I didn't have a lot to share as far as other tags I was able to participate in, but I had the 2, so I put those on here. I guess I could have put them a little bigger. Anyway, it's the first month. And then over here, I put my buddy colors. So they are all, yeah, my typical, I just copy this from Instagram when I post it and print it out. So I don't have much. I don't know if I'm going to tear these pages out. I'm leaving them for now in case I decide there was something else I wanted to put in there. But for now, they are there. Here is the just quick peek of what the February theme is. And yeah, I'm going to try that same layout, setup, whatever, for February, unless I come up with a different idea. So let me grab my empties. Okay, not a lot of empties here. 2 of my Sparkle Pop, Pentel Sparkle Pops are gone, which I love. These are one of my favorite sparkle gel pens. They have awesome sparkle. However, if you have not tried them, most of them are like a duochrome. So just so you know, the color is not like a true green or true purple. Actually, both of these shift with a blue. So I actually like that, but I know not everybody does. So I just want to remind you of that. Then these were all water-based assorted. I had one Crayola Super Tip. This was like in a set with a book. I had a flare and a Crayola. And then these are the alcohol markers. I have 2 Tau trees. This one I was so sad because this color is like my go-to light blue color. And it wasn't that I used it up. It's like somehow I didn't get the cap attached. I don't know how I could have done that other than it is really a tight one. And I put it in the case, and then when I went to grab it again, I saw this was not sealed and it was all dried out. So I could probably use some alcohol to like revive it because I'm sure there is ink in here. But to be honest, I just can't be bothered because it has time and it will be messy and it's just not my thing. I'm like, it's okay. I have a backup set of Tau trees and I have other blue markers, but that was my own bad. And those of you who are judging me right now, you can judge, that's your choice. So I had 2 of my Ohuhus, finally used them. This was my original set. I've had that for well over a year, like a long time. Those lasted me a long time for what I used them. I had this random graphite, which I got in a subscription box. And then these are for alcohol markers I actually got from Five Below. And I will talk about those in a haul, my upcoming haul, supply haul. But those are gone, and that is everything that was used up. Okay, into the color by number. This was not on my original 10 books to finish, but last year I did a sticker by number book. I have several. I really enjoy them, and I happened to just grab this one to work on, and then I found out, oh, there's 12 pages. This is going to be perfect to do one a month and just have another book finished by the end of the year. So I'm just starting from the front. This is Sticker Mosaics Crazy Cats. And there's a sneak peek of all of the pages. I know I got this on Book Outlet. If you have not shopped there, I do have a link in my description that will give you a $5 off your first order. Anyway, this book is much more detailed than my one that I did in 2022. This had 146 pieces for my cat. And here is my Gracie cat. This is it's a bigger than a standard size book. It's actually about the size of the Hachette Hero color by number books. But I think I'm getting a little better, or this one is made a little better. I do have a couple little spots where I got a little gapping, but overall, I think it turned out very nice. And I like that all of these have a name. So, here, can you see it there? This is Gracie. So there are 12 pages. I'll just give you a quick, because I haven't shown this probably since my haul. I like that they are either a colored background or they actually have them in a scene. I think that's pretty fun. And then you hop in the back part of the book, and there's usually, it looks like 2 sheets of stickers for each one, and it kind of shows you what it'll look like when it's done. But this, you will get to see 1 page done every month. Okay, then let's get into colored by number. I'm kind of just going to stack these to try and make it a little faster. So, Circulism art books, Wild Cats, excuse me, by Eclipse, AJ Quinnell. I did just 1 page, and this is a book I had received as a gift. You'll see it in my haul. And I wanted to get a page colored, and I absolutely love it. I really like, so this is the standard paper edition. And if you follow my friend Milan over at Ahoy to Coloring, he and I are in agreement. We like just the standard print. For some reason, the superior paper, I don't know, it just doesn't, whether it's the markers I'm using, I prefer this. I think I get a better look. I used probably Sharpies on here, and these are tiny dots, but I love all the colors. For me, you guys, seasoned friends know I love big, bold, bright colors. It does not need to be realistic by any means, and this certainly is not. So I do like it, and I do like how they do a certain color choices for the main image, and then they use a different set of colors for the background. So I think that helps so it doesn't look too crazy. They're not blended in, and then they also only list the colors you need. But okay, I'm just trying to show you colored completed pages. I don't need to give reviews. Next up is A Very Merry Christmas. I do have some Christmas pages. I continued doing those in January. So this is another Eclipse book, and I just started at the beginning, and I did the first page. This was the first of my books where it's this style. I think they call this, so here they're called, the ones with the dots are the Circulism art books. And then this one is a color art book, which I think is a newer style that they started last year. So to me, this was kind of like stained glassy just because of the squares. And I just used some random alcohol markers, kind of a odd choice for one of my greens, but I don't necessarily always match up if it says 3 greens, actually this said 4 greens, I just grabbed 4 different green tones and made it work. And I also went a little above and beyond and added little stickles for some snow. Here is the first of what you'll see of my 10 books to finish. Disney Mickey and Friends. I did 2 pages and I kind of just picked them. So because this is Mickey and Friends, I'm not going to have to be able to tie in my Spicy Cat Disney prompt unless it happens to be Mickey. So I kind of did a little bit because my movie was Brave. So I found 2 pages I thought where the character had to act brave. So it wasn't necessarily with the movie, but again, I overanalyze everything. This one I think is super cute. You have, I don't know if he's a detective. I think he looks by his hat. He should be like Sherlock Holmes detective, but he's not holding a magnifying glass. Maybe he's getting ready to fight the ghost. I don't know, but I like it. And then I did this one of Super Goofy. And I just used Crayola Super Tips and used my typical, what I like to do is a washi tape border to clean up the edges. So those are the 2 I completed for this month, or the month of January. I didn't necessarily plan this, but it looks like I have my mosaic style books all grouped together. So here's Mystery Mosaics Book 3 for Mindware. This is another of my 10 books to finish. And I got 3 pages done. I decided I went through and did the 3 pages that really weren't my favorites. So they're just out of the way. A lot of people, when you get a book, we like find a favorite page and we want to do that first. I tend to savor them till the end, especially if I know I'm going to probably finish that book in a relatively short period of time. So I did this page, and there's nothing wrong with these pages. Well, this one, I'm not a spider person, so this was like, let's get this over with because I don't want to look at it very much. And just like the previous book, I put a washi tape border just to kind of clean it up. And the 3rd page I did was the owl. Now, I love the colors of this owl. So of course, the backgrounds. And yeah, so that is 3 down in this book. Next, I have 2. These were new to me. I have Mystery Mosaics, Color by Number, Dazzling Dogs and Cats. Just purchased that for myself. It will be in the haul. You're going to see books that have not been hauled yet because I am woefully behind. Anyway, I did this. I started from the back. So I did page 30. And this is so cute. The thing, good or bad, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. These I don't mind because I know it's all dogs and cats, I guess. But you really cannot tell what, I can't tell what the page is going to be. And all of them are just titled Secret. So there's that. It would be kind of fun if they like gave the name for those people that cared and there's no answer key. But anyway, I think it's pretty cute. This is the, I think they're the 3x3 size. And then this was a gift from a friend, which I thought was too fun because I purchased the one and then this showed up and I was so touched. And so this is Mystery Mosaics, Flowers and Animals. And I did the back page, or the one at the end again. And this one has 35 pages, so they seem to have a different number of pages, which is kind of interesting. And these are by Emily Clark. Sorry, I forgot to mention that, the last one, Emily Clark. And this is really pretty. And this was one because I didn't know if it was a flower or an animal. I really couldn't tell until I got into it. So I'll probably just work from back to front in these books. And then Mosaic Art Christmas. This is a Sachin Sachdeva book. I think it was released in 2021 it was released. And I did 2 pages. So these, if you follow me, I think I put them on Instagram and on, well, not this page, I think. But I, again, in my haul, you'll see, bought some dot markers. So I use them in these books. And I just realized I forgot to do Santa's belt, or it's in between here. I totally see numbers there. I will fix that in a moment. So I use my dot markers, which were so flippin' fast. And again, when I show the haul, I'll show these pages. Right now we're just doing completed pages. This one I know I did a quick little reel on Instagram with it. So here is Santa. And I loved the dot markers, just personally made it so much quicker, because when I tried to like draw the circles in on all of these, I thought it took flipping forever. And those people that I watch that say, oh, they love the dot method, it's so quick. I was like, seriously, I'm like, for me, it was not quick. But using the dot markers, super, super quick. So 2 pages done in there. Since we're on the dots, this is a whole book where it is 1000 dots art. Cute things. The Jennifer Rowling, I think? Yes. So I think there's 2 of these books out, and I got this one. And same thing, I started from the front, and I did these while I was on my vacation. And use my dot markers. So this one cracks me up. I did use, I don't think you can tell, but I used a silver and gold. That was not the choices, but I had metallic markers in these dot marker sets. So I just kind of went on my own thing. And just to me, again, this is Kathy, TMI. I am, this is geared not towards children, but even if you're a child like me, inside, you have to admit it looks like Cupid is farting hearts. So I just thought that was funny. I'm sure that's not what the people at Jennifer Rowling were going for, but that's what this page looked like to me. Then I just was on a roll. I think I got 4 done here. This is that premium paper, which not all companies give you the option to do standard paper. I wish they would. So this is the shiny paper, and it's 3 little kittens saying hello. Then I thought, oh, well, it's winter. I got to keep going. So this is a snowman. Again, I used gold for part of the broom instead of 2 different browns. And then I saw another winter one, so I did the cute penguin. And this is also one I did as a reel or a short while I was working on this. So that was really fun. And we'll see how many are in here if I keep going. There's 25. So these really, at least with those dot markers, are super quick and very, very fun. I'm pretty much addicted to my markers now. Kawaii Christmas from Color Questopia. This was a new purchase for me for Christmas, and I got 4 pages done. I did this one of the fast food Christmas, which it just reminded me this is pretty much what my Christmas is. Since I'm usually working, I don't have the option for a traditional meal, and I a lot of times do appetizer kind of stuff. So I did use crayon here for the blue, and I think the table was supposed to actually be brown, but I used an orange just because those big spaces with alcohol marker. This is a color by number book, and I use kind of my inexpensive alcohol markers, but again, it's just my way to try and save them a little bit. And yeah, that one was cute. Then I did of course, I always got to do the cat pages. So this is kind of a pattern. The thing I don't necessarily like about the black background is how these all have a white outline. I know I've heard others mention that as well. I should probably just send a little message to Color Questopia and tell them, maybe do a poll or something on your Instagram and see what people like. Because to me, they're just like, even though in a pattern page, they more or less are floating in space, but now I don't like that. It's a personal preference. So speaking of, here's the one where it was like I could have almost just had the original white background style, because I ended up going around and doing a black outline. I think you can tell the difference. Yeah, let's go back to this one, where here you can see there's that little white thin line, and here there's not, because I took my black marker. And I thought this was fun because, again, I was coloring these after Christmas. So I thought, well, you know, here is this. I'm not sure if it's a dragon, a dinosaur. It's some type of fantasy creature. And he works for waste management. And he is going around, he, she, whichever you are, is picking up the Christmas trees that have been left out on the curb that have no longer been left in the house and adored. So that's what I took this page to be. And then this one is it okay, this I thought looked so fun, and I started coloring it and I'm like, I am so confused. I think this is candy in this bowl with like some candy corn in a different Christmas color, and there's candy canes. And then this, I had no idea. At first I thought it was Fruity Pebbles. I'm like, well, you know, if you've seen the movie Elf with Will Ferrell, definitely sugar is his top priority as far as food. And I thought, well, this is an elf stirring, making this mixture. So to me, it would make sense that they have a bowl of candy over here instead of salad. This is probably like that super sugary orange drink mix. And this could very much well be Fruity Pebbles, except I'm pretty sure these are broccoli. These little happy green things look like broccoli. But who am I to judge? And then, you know, the fruit out here, the orange and the apple, are happy because they're like, yeah, you're not going to eat us. We know that. Okay. Way more than you want to know on this page. And again, I think actually it was like Sharpies and Bics, permanent markers I was using in this book. So, Kawaii Christmas, 4 pages. Here is a color, or 10 books to finish. Kira Shershniva, Women's World. I did 2 pages. I did this one, the Ukraine girl. And I have done this because I have this version of the book in color by number from Sun Life Drawing, and I did this page a couple months ago, but that was the PDF. So I did her. This, I didn't know if it was a mistake. It just seemed odd that there were these 2 blue patches, but I just followed the order. And then I did this page, the England lady. And I did use some gold color, or Pentel Sparkle Pop, kind of, if you can see it on the pattern here, a few outlines, and I had added a little bit of white gel pen accent on both of those. So this one, since I had started it and jumped around, I think since I'm trying to finish it, I will just work from back to front, because you do kind of get this bleed through, which it's still easy enough to tell. So that being said, we'll see if I get this page done for February. And my last, well, other than the Disney books, so this is my other color by number. This is a Jade Summer book, color by number flowers. Seasoned friends, you've heard me say I'm not necessarily a fan of all of the color by number from Jade Summer. And in fact, one of them you'll be seeing in a D-stash video. But the flowers, from what I've seen of completed pages, I actually like. I think they did a better job than of their basic patterns book, but I could be disappointed by the time I go through it. So here's one. It is a mandala-esque page. And then I did this page as well. The one thing I don't like, they list the full color palette here, and I wish they would just list the colors you need. What I actually did is took my white gel pen and just marked the colors I would be using before I dove in, so I could have them all set aside. It just worked easier for me. And then, little tip, if you use like a ballpoint pen or another marker, that, and you were to write on this, it would probably come through when you colored, or it would bleed through. So the white gel pen did just fine. I was able to find it, and it didn't affect the page on the other side. So my little tip and trick. Okay, last of my color by number are my Disney Hachette Heroes books. So here is Les Grands Classiques, Tome 3, and I did 2 pages. And I was so happy, and what really thrilled me is I posted this on Instagram, and this book, the artist is Jeremy Merez. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And he's actually liked or commented on some of my pages, and he did. He liked these. That made me so happy because I commented that I absolutely love in this style of book when the characters on the double page go together. So I actually was doing Ralph here is a buddy color with my friend Megan, Disney Meg's Coloring. We do a page every month, and her alphabet challenge for January was W was the letter. So we picked a character from Wreck-It Ralph, and we both picked a Ralph page. She does hers. She has a lot of Disney books too, and she's brave, and she does the non-color by number, but she does amazing. You can tell her page looks amazing. And then I did this page because again, seasoned friends have heard me say, if I have the time, I like to do both pages at the same time because it just helps me get pages done, and I think they look so nice when they're completed. And so I did Fix It Felix, and both of these were done in just water-based marker, and I use black paint pen for the black. And then I black out the entire background, covering up the answer keys and all of that. But I had 2 pages done in this one. Next up, I worked in Mickey and Friends, and I have 1 page that I did. This page, so I picked, it's a buddy color with my friend Nikki, and I said, okay, I'll pick one. So I look at the answer keys. I have no problem with that. And I said, you know what? Let's do this one because there's so much white. It should be fairly quick and easy. And it was. But it's super cute. I just think he looks so cute with all of this white background. And I'll show you Nikki's page. Hers is also adorable. I was pretty happy with my color matching with the oranges. And normally when I'm doing a page with white, I will go in with a white paint pen to cover up the lines. But in this case, I didn't because it would have been a lot. And yeah, I was not feeling that. So that was Mickey and Friends. And the last book for color by number is Disney Vitrail, which this has to be my favorite book. And I did 2 pages. Look at this. Happy Kathy. Once again, we got a double page that coordinates. So the page on the right is a buddy color with my friend Susie. I think that is adorable. I have found my own method now that I prefer, I think, for this book. And so I do the coloring of the image. This was all done in marker, except I did white paint pen up here on this little design and black paint pen. And then once I have it colored, I will reference the answer key and see where they have the black lines to make the stained glass effect. And I put them in. They're not part of the basic. I mean, you can see there's lines on the page, but you don't necessarily know. So yeah. So I really like having that finish out that way. And then this one on the left. So my Disney prompt, I had already showed you in my journal, was the movie Brave for January. So then I did this one of Merida on the left, and she is done completely in acrylic paint pen. There was a lot of detail, which I like doing with the paint pens with the fine point ones. And it took me a couple days. Actually, it wasn't a one sitting. And her, I wasn't sure. I did add some black outlining, but it's very basic. I kind of just did it on her dress and this border. I did not do all of the pieces because that was a lot of pieces, and I just wanted to give some definition. I couldn't imagine like doing every little part of her hair, but anyway, I think she's gorgeous. I love her. I'm pretty sure that was all. Yes. those are the two. So next up I have my non-color by number books, which are not that many. Okay, first up I have Matchstick Mouse Summer coloring book by Morgan O'Brien. And I did one page. This was a buddy color with my friend Jeannie. We can zoom in a little bit. And I picked the page. She asked me to, and I thought, well, I know this is a summer book, but it's like, oh, he's showering, starting in the new year fresh. I used some silver Pentel Sparkle Pop there for the water in the shower and just some outlining. And yeah, there's not much to say. Jeannie is so talented, of course. And you can see her page. We zoom out. There you go. You can see our pages side by side. So I did that page from a summer coloring book. Here is my project book with my friend Tammy. Tammy Colors 2 here on YouTube. We are doing Chompy Fluff Monsters by Morgan O'Brien. And we are just planning as of now to go in order from the front back. And I did put my name in with stickers because I like to do that. And here you go. This was our first page, which I decided to use. Didn't intend to, but it was like a 5-pen challenge, and I used my neon Sharpies because it's a dinosaur. Who knows what the colors are? And it is very bright and vibrant. Now check out Tammy's page. She's Tammy. She's amazing. You guys know that I love her, and she's so talented. And yeah, the way she did her background sky, Tammy, amazing, amazing, amazing. Put me to shame. So then the second page we did, I think just about all of these are horizontal. Ugh, there we go. Is this one. And not realizing it is the cover guy. Here, he's sideways, but you can still see him. We didn't plan it, but we both colored our page to copy the cover. So there's mine. You can see the cover. And I use all alcohol markers. And then here is Tammy's, which it was just so fun because we don't share our pictures with each other until we're both done. So when we have like a, oh my gosh, samesies moment, it just cracks me up. But these guys are super cute, and I need to get my next ones started. Then I have my other project book for the year. This is Broken Circles by Tabitha Barnett. I'm doing this with my friend Zombie. And I chose the pages this month. And we did this one. I was looking, there weren't any screaming New Year's. Several of the pages in this book do lean themselves very towards specific holidays or seasonality. But I just thought, again, this is like a new beginning. The sun night has set on 2022, and sun is rising on 2023. I don't know why I have to put all of this meaning into things. It's like, just color the page, Kathy. But I do. So here was mine, and I will show you Zombie Girls. Hers, again, adorable. This book, I'm so glad that we chose it because I do love these broken circles, and I do not color in them nearly enough. So having the whole book to do this year is going to be fun. And then this is the other page I chose. Again, it was just kind of like, again, I put into it, well, it's like a New Year's taking flight. So we got our balloons, which I used metallic. Were they markers? Or no, those are gel pens. I can tell by all of the fine line scribbling. And yeah, so a mix. I just use a mix of whatever's on my desk. And you can see Zombie Girl's page, which is lovely. So she has chosen our 2 pages for February, which I need to get marked and coloring. Next up, this is a book I was scared of. So this I showed you in my most recent haul from Lyrica. This is the Silhouettes Magiques from Hachette Heroes. There are 60 pages, and I have seen beautiful, amazing work, and I broke down and I got it, and I was intimidated because I rely on the color by number for Disney to try and get the character coloring correct. That's why you will not see very many, if any, non-color by number Disney pages from me, because I overthink and I'm paranoid. So I did a buddy color. Thankfully, I would have not touched this if it were not for the buddy color. And they're kind of big pages. So this is the page we did. If I can get it all the way on here. And I did mine with glitter gel pen, with the exception of these little splotches in the background. I used an alcohol marker. Otherwise, it is all glitter gel pen, super shiny. And let me show you my friend's page. And I think they look amazing. Now, I searched on Instagram. I was looking at others for how to do these. And I will probably try to do some other options. Maybe when it's not a buddy color. Because when I do a buddy color, I always really want my pages to look nice. And I love that she colored in the silhouette. And I have seen other people do that where they like completely black out the silhouette or use any solid color. And then there are those people, if you like look on Instagram and can like find this book, I think they're usually tagged Silhouettes Magiques, I think is how I found them. I had to do some searching. There are some talented people who have gone in and drawn the character. And to me, it is as accurate, and I would have thought it was the Disney artists that have done this. And they have drawn in and colored Pocahontas here herself, which, holy moly, true artistic work. I mean, I color. I, can consider myself an artist because it is art. But wow, there are some talented people. And then I also thought about going in maybe with my black paint marker and just doing the outside edge. But I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do it now after. Anyway, thank you for doing this buddy color. Because like I said, if she had not reached out to me, I would not have done a page in there yet. It would be on the shelf. 2 more books. I know I have only 39 pages and this is still long. So I am so happy. This was on my 2021 books to finish. And I didn't finish it, but I have now finished it. Well, I finished the set of the simplified pages, which was my original goal. So if you're not familiar with Hannah Lynn books, there are usually 2 pages. One is a simple version and one is a more detailed version, which usually means there's just more in the background, more finite detail, or it might be zoomed in closer. So I did the Santa Sisters, and this is a buddy color with my friend Michelle, Kits and Caboodles. She has not had a chance to finish her page yet, which is perfectly fine. We actually, I think, had it for November, and we didn't get to it. And then it went into December, and we both had life happening. So I only was able to get it done because I was on a Crafty vacation. But I use glossy accents. You can see this part. These are both, I colored them, and then I put on a coordinating color of Stickles. And yeah, pretty much straight color, do a little bit of border coloring. So I did that page. And then I ended up doing my friend Judith and she chose this page for a buddy color. So I have already done the simplified version when I was trying to finish this. So we did the detailed version, and we have another page picked in here for February. So maybe I'll get both pages done because I really enjoy buddy coloring with her, and it'll be fun to do these other pages. So this was done 2 years apart. So I did this one in 2023, and just to show you, this is the page I had done in 2021. Here I tried to like put 2021 in the windows. So I really haven't changed my coloring. I kind of am still basic. I just do straight coloring with marker and a little bit of glitter gel pen. And that's my style, and I'm okay with it. But let me show you Judith's page as well, which is beautiful. I did try and go different colors than I had done before, and all of this is alcohol marker shading that I did with alcohol marker, if you can see that. I don't do that very often. It is a lot of fun, but it's kind of like pencil shading, but you're doing it with marker, so it's lots of layers, and but it doesn't hurt my hand. So I always think this is the fun part here. I'm going to show you when you use alcohol marker, the backs of the page. So you can see this is completely pretty much soaked through, which kind of lets you know how much layers it took on her dress. So that was in Hannah Lynn, Whimsy Girl Celebrate Holidays. And my last book that I have pages to show you is Winter Chibis. And I have 2 pages done in here. This is the New Year's Girl. And this was the page I had selected for my group buddy color for January, Spicy Cat Buddies. And I, of course, fashioned her after me. And, well, not completely, because she would have had a lot more gray hair. But, yeah, she's cute. I did a speed coloring of it. I didn't have a time to do a color and chat. So there is a short on my channel showing you basically a speed coloring of her. And then my last page, which actually has come out to be probably my favorite page of the month. And you're all like, what hot mess happened here, Kathy? Let me tell you. So this page was actually a one of the weekly group pages that my friend Megan, Disney Meg's Coloring, had picked out. And I had some time, and then I had an idea. Season friends, you have seen me make this mistake before. See how there's all this splotchiness? This was full-on intentional this time. So, this is my girl. Now, if you have this book, you're like, there's added stuff on here. So I was very much inspired by Megan's page where she drew in, and I'm going to try and, editing Kathy, remember to screenshot and share that, how she added in like some frosting blobs on her page, and I absolutely loved that. And I thought, okay, well, I want to do that, but I didn't want to copy her completely, although there's absolutely nothing wrong if people see an idea and try to duplicate it. So don't ever feel like you're copying someone. We all take inspiration from each other. So I was also had in my noggin from when the lovely Pixie at Pixie's Project had done a tutorial back in October where she did blood and slime. I will try to link in her video. If not, go check out Pixie's Projects and you can find it. So this is the story behind my girl. Let me just tell you the story, then I'll tell you how I did it. So this is seriously, if it were Kathy in the kitchen baking, because here I am. And if you notice, I added on the bottom here some little extra. So this is all drawn in. And do you see that? Those little paw prints? Well, in Kathy's world, you know there's going to be some kitties helping in the kitchen. So my poor girl I was trying to bake this gingerbread to make this gingerbread house. And first the cats came through when I was mixing the batter. So the flour, the bag, completely upended. And this is why you see these white flour spots everywhere. So then I got my batter mixed and some more kitties came through. Could have been the same one. And then I dropped the bowl of batter. So now we have batter on my dress, on the floor, and on the ceiling. Because seriously, it was a full bowl and I went, and it like went to the ceiling. So now it's dripping down. And of course, I'm trying to just put the final finishing touches of the frosting on. And once again, kitties come running through, trying to climb up me to see what I'm doing. And there's a frosting spill. So that's the story. And how I achieved it is I did all of the alcohol marker work first. And then, sorry, while I reach over, I took a piece of paper and kind of loosely masked off, just with a Post-it note, the house, gingerbread house, because I wanted that to still look pristine. And then I took my good old Bath and Body Works Shimmer Mist. It doesn't have to be shimmer, but this is alcohol based. Most perfumes are. So I took this and spritzed it. And that is how I got this textured look, because it reacted with the alcohol marker I'd already colored, including her face, which I tried to go over and give it a little more subtle. I should have tried to fix the eyeballs too, or masked those off, because most likely I would have shut my eyes and not gotten flour in them. But that's what I did for all of these white, and it like splotched and sprayed. Anyway, that's how I did. And I had drawn this part in and colored it. Same with the splotches. And then I went in with a black paint pen. This one actually right here, the Artistro brand, and did the outlines. I did not draw in my outlines, so that is a little tip if you're going to try and do this, like spray the perfume or spray any type of alcohol base liquid to get this effect. You don't want to do your water-based markers or like your final details, like your white gel pen, any of that you want to wait till the end, or your stickles. Do this just after the marker part's done and then go back in and go over. So you can see I used white gel pen here for the snow frosting and a little bit of glitter stickles on her boots as well. And then I did use the black paint pen. I had to redo a bunch of the lines just because when I did that spritz, it caused the marker to bleed outside the line. So again, no true anything. I mean, I was just playing and I had fun, and this page smells amazing. So there you go, friends. That is my last page for the month of January. I had a blast. I hope you enjoyed watching my pages. And yeah, I've already started coloring for February. I just didn't get around to filming until now. So take care of yourself. I hope your year is starting out wonderfully and February is filled with the promise of a changing season, whichever part of the world you are in. We are all anxiously looking forward to spring. In Minnesota here in the States, we've had, again, the real freaky, super cold days. It was warm. It actually was raining earlier this week. We still have not gotten above like 35 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's a little peaks, and I expect we will still have a couple really doozy of some types of snowstorms and blizzards, but there's peaks. There's peaks of it. The sun is staying out longer, so the days are lasting a little longer. It's not completely dark when I go into work at 6 o'clock at night, and that is wonderful. So hopefully wherever you are in this world, you are experiencing that same anticipation for the upcoming season. And yeah, and if your February is like full of flour and batter that's blown up in your face, it's okay. It's okay. You can still turn all of that chaos into something beautiful. It's all on how you think inside here and how you feel inside there. Try and get them matched up. And even crazy mess, chaos like this still creates beauty. So trust me, in my personal mind's eye, this is what I look like, minus being cute. I'm just a crazy hot mess. And it's okay. I'm trying to get these two aligned, and even crazy hot messes need to be loved, appreciated, and respected. So remember to do that for yourself. I love you, friends. I will talk to you again, hopefully soon.